Think about a new mom who has just received a baby and the doctor has just diagnosed the baby with eczema, and he goes like, your baby is going to suffer from this disease for the rest of her life. That is just so sad. And I even can't start to imagine the pain that my parents went through when they realized that I have this particular disease. But now we know better. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how you're supposed to eat for eczema. And if you're interested in that, then definitely keep on watching. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tuonge, also known as T Impeccable Hands Malawi, and on this channel, if you're new here, we talk about natural hair, eczema, and lifestyle. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to diet plan for your eczema. And in the last video that I posted on eczema, if you haven't watched it, I talked about 6 principles that actually help heal eczema. And one of the main principles that I talked about was diet, and that is what we're going to talk about today. With eczema, you'd have to understand that eczema is not just a surface thing. All right, it's something that starts from the inside. It starts from your gut. I don't want to go into the scientific aspect of it all, but I'm just going to make it as simple as possible for you guys to understand. All right, so anything that is inflammatory and it is introduced into your system, that is going to cause you to have a breakout, and your body is going to want to release toxins from those inflammatory properties. It's going to go through your urine or your sweat, and if that process is not conducive enough or is not good enough for it to release those particular toxins, it's going to go through your skin, and that is how you're going to have those breakouts. And in order for you to avoid your body going through those particular episodes now and again, you'd have to control what you eat. You need to know what to eat, and you need to know how to cook it and prepare it, because if you do not do that, then you're just going to be having those episodes. Most of us go through these eczema episodes because you're just eating anything. You're just eating everything anyhow. Now, another issue is that what I react to may not be the same thing that you react to. So you just have to listen to your body and make sure that you are taking note of what your body is telling you and avoiding what you can and picking on what you can actually afford and work with. Now, people with eczema, most of us have food sensitivity. Food allergy is something that you quickly react to at that particular point. You eat something, for example, honey, you react to that particular issue. When we talk about food sensitivity is something that will take time for you to really discover that that thing is what is causing you to have that bloating, those particular breakouts and what have you. And that is one thing that is so problematic about eczema. What are you supposed to do when it comes to diet planning for eczema? The first thing is that you need to go through what we call elimination diet. Now, this is fantastic and fun and irritating at the same time. So what you do during the elimination diet phase is that you find out the list of foods that you're supposed to avoid as someone who has eczema or dermatitis, and then you start pulling one thing out of the equation one by one. And Google is going to give you a whole lot of foods that people with eczema are supposed to avoid. Now, when you look at the list, you're going to discover that you're supposed to stay away from citrus fruits, Irish potatoes, you have to stay away from processed meat, tomato sauce, mayonnaise, okay, eggs, caffeine, peanuts, pasteurized milk, refined vegetable oils, pasta, flour, wheat, sugar, soy, soda, and table salt. That's what science says. Now, when you look at the list, that is a lot. How am I supposed to avoid all that? So this is what elimination diet involves. When you see the list that you have, for example, soy, eggplants, and what have you, what you do is that, for example, you're eating Irish, yeah, as perhaps one of your staple foods, okay? Pull out Irish from your diet for at least a month, all right? For at least a month. And then you notice how your skin is performing. Is your skin better? Is it getting worse? Is it just okay? If it's just okay, you can put it back into the equation. But if your skin is getting better, that is going to tell you that that particular food is what is also making your skin to break out. And what you can actually do is either you have 2 options. Either you take it out of your diet plan altogether, or you can actually reintroduce it into your diet in other forms. So for example, if you're eating Irish in form of chips or fries, Okay, you can actually reintroduce Irish in form of boiled Irish potatoes or baked Irish potatoes, and see if your body is going to react as it used to with the fries, or your skin is becoming better. If it is becoming better, then you can continue with that particular process. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. All right, same thing applies with the other things that I've just listed. With eggs, most people say that eggs actually, they react to eggs. All right, but what I discovered was if you eat eggs in their raw form, you're going to be better. You can take a raw egg, put it in a smoothie and eat that. That is going to be good for you. If you take a runny egg or a soft cooked egg and eat that, that is going to be better for you. But if you eat the hard-boiled egg or a fried egg, that is going to give you the food sensitivity and the inflammations that we don't want to have. There are times whereby you'd have to avoid a particular food altogether, leave it out of the equation. You just don't have anything to do about it, or you can reintroduce it into your diet plan in other forms, and you'd have to be creative. With eczema, with dermatitis, in your diet, you just have to be creative. Over time with eczema, you're going to learn how to avoid certain cravings. So certain food cravings are just going to diminish like that. You're going to have a burger once in a while, but after that you'd have to detox, of course. And the diet plan is going to work with a journal. You need to have a journal and plan and see what is working and what is not working. In my case, I always know what I have to eat. I don't have an elaborate food list. I just stick to what works with me and what fits my budget. You don't have to eat all the things in the world. Just make sure that you know what you can afford and figure that out and use that in your diet and find recipes that you can actually work with. I hope that makes sense. Another thing about eczema is that you're going to unlearn your cooking methods, and you're going to learn new cooking methods. Now, like I said, with eczema, you want to reduce the inflammatory properties that you are introducing into your skin, you're introducing into your body. So certain things are going to be left out. For example, frying chips and frying your foods. You'd have to learn how to eat steamed vegetables, steamed rice, steamed meat, and that is going to be good. You're going to learn how to eat healthier foods, and by the end of the day, what is crucial is that you should invest in foods that are going to give you high nutritional content and value, plus the deliciousness. Now, another thing about eczema and when it comes to diet planning is that you need to follow what we call the rainbow code. You need to make sure that every single day you are making sure that you have colors of the rainbow in your plate. Not in one sitting, but at least by the end of the day you have 3 to 4 colors of the rainbow in your diet, because each particular food that has those particular colors has high nutritional value. Someone with eczema lacks these particular minerals and vitamins such as potassium, calcium, copper, zinc, magnesium, plasma, iodine. And for you to understand if you are lacking in these particular nutrients, you'd have to go to the hospital, make sure the doctor runs some blood tests on you so that you see where your electrolytes are, where your minerals are, where your vitamins are, so that you're able to beef up in your diet. Make sure that your foods are fresh. So avoid overcooking your vegetables. Steamed vegetables are better. And another crucial thing where eczema is concerned is that your water is key. Water flushes out toxins. You have to make sure that you're drinking enough water. And what I mean by this is that your water has to be clear, has to be clean, and if you can, make sure you always add a lemon, or you always add some sea salt or Himalayan salt to it, and that is going to help flush out the toxins from your body. If you're not a water person, make sure that you drink enough herbal teas during the day. And I talked about this in the other video. There are so many herbs that you can incorporate. You don't have to drink all of them, but you can pick 1 or 2 and be consistent with that, and that is going to flush out the toxins through your urine. All right, you need to make sure that you're flushing out as much as toxins as possible, because that is going to clear out your system. Remember, if you are not releasing toxins through your urine, your body is going to release the toxins through your skin. Another thing about eating for eczema is that the things that you add to your food, for example, spices, have to be intentional. You have to know the right combination of spices. I know some people will just add spices in their food anyhow, but there are certain spices that you put together that actually create a disaster. So you have to know which spices go together. For example, turmeric goes well together with black pepper. You'd have to use them together in one recipe if you want to receive the maximized benefits of both of them for your body. Now, by the end of the day, what I can actually say is that what you eat is very crucial. And what you eat has to be intentional and properly planned and properly cooked. If you improve your gut health, you have the power all the power to reverse so many skin conditions that you have. And even it's not just about your skin condition. Once I started going through these particular tips and steps, I realized that my body became better from so many things, from my gastric stomach, from my bloating, and I've maintained a particular weight because of the way that I've been eating in the past 2-3 years and started doing all these things that I'm telling you guys. I'm going to advise you to take these particular tips, take these notes, and start making your homework and start journaling. And believe you me, by the end of 6 months, you'll be able to see remarkable changes. I'm saying 6 months because that is a period of you trying to see what is working and what is not working. And don't worry, I'm going to be coming up with videos on recipes on foods that I eat in a day or foods that I eat during the week. And we're going to be learning how to eat for eczema. And after this, I'm going to come up with another video on how you're supposed to handle your hair or your skin in relation to eczema or dermatitis. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you like and share this video to those who need it, and make sure that you just support the family. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.